Okay, so let's go ahead and continue now that this is done. So let's go over to let's see, open. Let me just see what else begins with open. I'm guessing open SSH. Yep. No, open NSC. Open VPN. Easy ARSA. And then we're gonna do, I'm just gonna do ls. Okay. So dot space dot space dot slash vars. Yep. It's warning me of what I am about to do. And clean all. And then build all. Not build all. Build CA. Just keep pressing enter here unless you wish to change some of these values, and feel free to change them if you really wish to. I don't, because I don't really care. This is going to be for a couple of hours and that's it. But you might want to like have some sort of information here that is like your own in case you need to be contacted or something like that. But in case of anyone submitting a abuse report to the hosting provider where your VPN is hosted, your hosting provider will contact you. And what happened in my case was that if you respond in a timely fashion, that's usually less than 24 hours if you respond, and if you handle the matter, like close the port or something like that, if you just handle the matter, your hosting provider will usually show a large dose of reason, and they will understand basically what has went on. But this really depends on their policy and the way that they choose to behave. But as I said, for me, it happened. Somebody abused my proxy, the cloud provider, the DigitalOcean. They've contacted me, and I responded very fast. And they said, "Okay, like you handled the matter, you responded. The matter is closed." So if you get abuse complaints, please make sure that you respond very fast. Otherwise, they will take action, and that is not something that you want occurring. But, and here we're gonna need to type in server. But this is, as I said, this is not a guarantee on my end. This is not an instruction on my end how to handle abuse complaints in regard to the abuses of traffic or bandwidth on the cloud service. Every cloud provider has their own policies, and they will behave accordingly. So let's go ahead and execute this command. Yep. Yes, I would like to cite it. Yep, there we go. So database updated. Okay, so now we need to do a little bit of copying. So let's go ahead and do cp etc open vpn slash easyarsa slash keys, and then it's going to be server.crt, and this is going to go to etc open vpn slash. Okay, that's one down. The next up, we need ca cert and server key. So ca cert and server.key. There we go. So just three of those, and it should be fine. Now, a good practice is to basically confirm that this has indeed been done. Shell. Oh, there we go. So let me just go ahead and install one more tool. You don't need to install it if you don't want to, but I will. Unable to locate package LL. It doesn't have it. Doesn't matter. You can type in LL like I can do on Fedora LL, and this gives me a very fast long listing. Probably has it somewhere, but I'm too lazy to look for it. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, now that we have actually done this, we have confirmed the copying, and we have configured our VPN server, time to start. So service open VPN start and service open VPN status. This is the line that you are looking. So you're looking this line needs to be identical. And when it says loaded, this is its place. So if it doesn't find it, it's not going to be able to start it. Okay, that part is done. Now, what we need to do is generate certificates and keys for our clients. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, simple enough. Build dash key client 1. Oops. And this is gonna be just the same. Don't really care. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Sign it. Yes. That's it. So let me just see, what did I do? Client 1. Okay. So I've generated a certificate we are generating certificates and keys for clients. So that's what we need to do now. And let's go ahead and do the CP. Let's pull up our config file. So user share doc / open VPN examples sample config files / client conf, and then we're gonna go ahead and copy this into etc open VPN easy arsa, and then we're gonna go ahead and type in keys. Gonna go ahead and paste it right there. This section can be repeated time and time for each client, and you can have multiple clients connecting as well, and you can have a general certificate for all the clients to connect, etc. But I am the only person that's going to be connecting to this, since I'm doing this only to demonstrate what the other person on the other end can see, and how you can basically just set it up for yourselves. That's all I'm going to do. Anyway, now I'm gonna go ahead and type in vim / etc open VPN easy arsa keys client no client etc arsa keys. Let me just have a look at this for a sec. Etc easy arsa keys client, and I'm looking for the OVPN. CRT csr.key.conf cp. Oh, no. This is not gonna do. So the client conf actually needs to be renamed into the client.ovpn. So, well, I could just rename it in the file, but I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the copy procedure. So client, we're just gonna go ahead and name this the client.ovpn. So this is the proper copy command, not that what I actually just did. Okay, let's use a list now, and wait, I'm not in the right folder. It doesn't really matter. So just type in vim etc. It's gonna be there now. Open VPN easy arsa keys client dot ovpn. Whew. Okay, let's go ahead and begin scrolling down. So this is going to be our device TUN, TUN. It's going to have the IP address and the subnet, which was predefined in the firewall by default. Protocol is UDP, remote, and we need to this is the port on which this is going to run, on which it is running. So let's go ahead and type it here, 46.101.97.26, is it? Yep. Keep in mind that your IP address will obviously be different from mine. So you get the IP address by just typing in ifconfig, and then it should be like one of these interfaces. You see, this one is the active one. This is not on the server though. Let me just go ahead and show you on the server ifconfig, and there we go. So ET80, this is the IP address. So just go ahead and alter that. Then I'm gonna go to the user, and this is gonna lower the privileges. User group, user nobody, group no group. This might have some problems on Fedora because it should be nobody as well for group if I'm not mistaken, but doesn't matter. We'll get to that when we actually get to that. That's basically it. So just write and quit. Nothing else to be done there. Now the next thing that you need to do is, let me just go ahead and exit here, clear. If you don't have root login enabled, you're going to need to enable it now, at least on temporary basis. So here you can ssh d dot, no, it's config. So permit root login, just make sure that it's yes here for the time being. As soon as we're done with the copying, you can basically revert it back if you wish, which is a good idea. Anyway, we need to go ahead and perform some copying. I have a copy command here listed. We're gonna just gonna go ahead and go into this terminal. So scp root and then your server IP. Let me just go ahead and change this to 46.101.97.26. Okay, so etc OpenVPN, easy RSA, client 1, key, downloads, and just name it. Well, I'm not going to go ahead and put in downloads. I'm going to go ahead and give it the full path, so home, chronic, and I'm going to put it on desktop of all places. Client 1 dot key. Done. Okay, so next up, it's going to be client 1.crt. 1.crt. And this is going to be CRT as well. Okay, next it's the client, just client.openvpn, so .ovpn. And here it's going to be .ovpn. Okay, that's done, and we need the ca.cert. That's going to be the last one, so ca.crt. And the ca.crt. Okay, so that's done, fine, and dandy. Now that we're finished actually copying them, we'll be able to use them, but I'm going to go ahead and jump in the follow-up tutorial where we're going to go ahead and mess around with that now that we've actually pulled them onto our system. I mean, basically, you can pull these files from the net as we have pulled them for OpenVPN, except it was all kind of bundled into one single file.